I took a cheap pair of needle nose vice grips and put some fuel line over the ends of them, make a cheap hose clamp. You want to have a pan big enough to catch a couple quarts of oil. You want to remove the vent screw. Then you want to remove this drain screw that's in behind the propeller there. You want to wipe any metal filings off of the magnet if you have any. You lower the drive down all the way and remove the decorative caps here, kind of protect the threads on the ends here of the shaft. Then with a 5/8 inch wrench you just remove one side of the shaft nut and you just wiggle that shaft right out of there. Take out the inner washers and then the shaft or the arms are free then. Then you want to lift the drive up a little bit so you can get in there and get your speedometer tube out. Just give it a little twist to the left and pull it straight out, and it has teeth in it. Here's the lever you're pushing. It's usually pushed over to the right. Just turn it to the left and pull it out, otherwise you're going to snap it off. You've got to make sure you do this. Then with a 5/8 inch socket you just remove the 6 nuts that hold the drive on. And if you're lucky you can just wiggle it around a little bit and it's not stuck on the face. If it is, you can take a block of wood and just stick it in there and lift it up and down and bang it a little bit till it comes free. You got to make sure this shift cable connector opens up as you pull it out so it doesn't bend or break anything here. Then you just slide the whole unit out. Then you want to get your grease gun in there and grease the 2 grease fittings you have in the U-joints with some Mercruiser U-joint grease and the grease gun. And after that you want to get your gasket set and place all these O-rings inside the housing. I'm going to insert this alignment tool in there, and it should just go in with 3 fingers and pull out nice and easy all the way in if you have everything straight. If not, you'll have to adjust the front motor mounts to get the alignment correct. You want to grab this by the lower lip and pull it all the way out. If it gets stuck back in there, it's not going to, the piece isn't going to lay on here and close up when it pushes all back together. This part right here will lay in there. And then when it goes back together, it shoves in there and clamps down on it. But if you don't do it and you don't get that back in there, it's not going to be able to shift gears. You can put some special lubricant 101 on that lower lip there, or a 2,4-C. Up here's the hole where the gear oil goes into from the reservoir inside the boat. Put a little bit of bellows adhesive inside this groove to get the gasket to stick in there good, and then on the top of it you'll apply grease to the outer surface of this O-ring. Put some 2,4-C on the bell housing studs and spread it around on them, protect them before you put the housing back on. As you slide it in, turn the prop shaft a little bit to line the spline up on the shaft into the engine. Starting with the center bolts, you want to torque it to 50 foot-pounds in a crosswise pattern. When you go to slide your shaft back in, you want the bushing to be in the forward position for a Bravo 1 and 2 and the rear position for a Bravo 3. Now you just put some clean gear oil back into the drive with this hand pump, which you can get pretty cheap. It just screws into the drain hole back by the propeller, and then you pump it until you can put about 2 quarts in there until it comes out to the top vent hole we opened earlier, and then you can top it off after that inside the reservoir in the boat. When you're done, you want to lift the drive up and put your pitot tube back in the hole and turn it to the right 90 degrees, lock it in, and then put your 2,4-C grease on the shaft and torque the propeller to 55 foot-pounds, and that's it.